Audrey, on the other hand, when she came from Herbalife, she was their ex-head of marketing over there. She launched 80 products in 50 some odd countries, 59 countries in a day. Is that a day?
The biggest launch in Herbalife history was a 12 SKU skincare line in 24 countries on the same day, and that was my team. So, yeah.
So before I let her say anything, not only has she served as an amazing executive and really an ambassador of our products and the steward of the quality of our products, of the direction that we're going, and really holding to the scientific values and making sure that no matter what we do, we're doing it because we believe we can make an impact, and we're doing it because we believe we're actually filling a big need in the marketplace. That's what Audrey does. And then another note is, when we came up with our Body by Vi Community Challenge, she was the one who put the program together. She's the one that administrates it. She also administrates the Body by Vi 90-Day Challenge Winners program. So her role within our company, although it's marketing, it's far more than just marketing. She's one of the most valuable executives I've ever had the pleasure of working with, ever. And she is one of the big pieces and reasons why we're here right now. She started working on our Canadian project 3 years ago. She started working on them. So a lot of people think that a lot of American companies just show up there and they try to throw it all together. We've been working on this 3 years, and she in particular has been spearheading that project along with John Purdy here to make sure that the way we conduct ourselves as Canadian citizens is of the utmost highest integrity. So over to you, Audrey.
So a lot of people ask me how I got to ViSalus, and so just to give you a quick synopsis of who I am. I started my career after graduate school at Procter & Gamble Oil Blade and Blade. Anybody ever use that? Yeah. And then I really had some bosses took me with them to Johnson & Johnson, and I was all excited because I was going to work in healthcare and help people live healthier lives. And while I was working on some stents and other heart product things, I started to realize I was managing symptoms, and I started learning about the power of nutrition. I started hearing about ingredients that could help with your cholesterol and blood pressure. And I kept going back to our scientists, going, well, why aren't we using those? And they're like, well, because we're a drug company, Audrey. So I was a little disappointed in that. And then some bosses of mine took me over to a division where I was responsible for Johnson's Baby and Johnson's Kids products globally. And it was my first chance to tour the world and see how people live around the world. And what I realized from that is we may have different accents, and I can't say a boop, however you say it, or out, that we all want the same things, and that's we want better lives for our children and better lives for our families. And so it really struck a chord with me, and I really appreciated that learning. When I came back to Johnson & Johnson, my family moved to California with the acquisition of Neutrogena. So I worked in skincare again. So I worked on drugs for your cholesterol. I worked on things for your digestive health, and then I went back to beauty. So I like to say I know butts and beauty. I know and out and everything about you. And it's fun. And I worked at Neutrogena for 4.5 years, and then corporate wanted me back in New Jersey. And my family, my husband and stepchildren said, no, we want to stay in Los Angeles. And so I started thinking, well, where do I want to go? And at that time, Mark Hughes had just died, and I ended up going to Herbalife because a friend of mine knew somebody there. And I fell in love with this channel. And I say that because I didn't count on that. I thought I would go get direct sales on my resume, and I would, go off and find something else. And I fell in love with the channel because the first time in my life, I got to know the people using the product. I got to see the difference it made in their life. And I got to see what the income did for them, too. And I always point out I fell in love with this channel because in the 4.5 years I was there, I went through 4 CEOs, 9 bosses. The company got bought, went private, public, and, it was crazy. And so at the end of that 4.5 years, I said, you know what, I'm a little worn out. I think it's time. And then I saw an ad, and I met 3 founders who reminded me of all of the things Mark Hughes had accomplished. And I thought, well, this is going to be a really fun ride. And the most important thing was Ryan said to me, I'm going to give you the opportunity to make the best product on the market. I'm not going to hold your hand on cost of goods. And off I was running. And I've been here now 4 years this week.
Give her a hand, everybody. So guys, as a team, there's many other components of the team. There's obviously the field. There's obviously everyone that works in each of their departments. We're here to make sure that Canada not only becomes a top producing marketplace for our company, but it becomes the gateway to our global expansion. You guys are the founding distributors of opening not just a country, but many countries to come. And I just got one question for all of you from all of us, which is, are you guys ready for that?